Welcome back to Golf is Hard TV, the golf show for the rest of us. We're continuing our time with Stephen Boccieri at heavy putter, heavy wedge, Boccieri Golf. I got all of them. As promised, we're now we've sort of shifted. We were shooting from over there. Now we're in the net, and I've got in my hands a heavy wedge and a Cleveland 56 and a heavy wedge 56.
Correct.
And I think what I'm going to do is hit a couple of shots. Why don't you let's do a little reminder here. What am I going to feel when I do this? I've got the Cleveland and I've got the heavy wedge.
Yeah. Well, the most obvious thing that you'll find is you can see where the balance point occurs, and it's very low in a conventional wedge,
right,
because a wedge head, a standard sand wedge, is about 305 grams, let's say 300 grams to 305 grams. And there isn't any counterbalance, so that's a lot of mass at the end of this thing. So
right,
it's a low balance point. And what that really wants you to do is it really makes your hands release a little too early in the stroke. And then actually when you're taking the club away, that mass point's way down low. And for you to set your hands, it's quite a bit of an effort to actually set them. And I think one of the things that you'll realize is that at the top of the swing, when you start the downswing, because the mass point is so down low on the head, you want to cast it, and that's probably the one thing that I want you to feel. So you'll feel a transition and a casting with this, and I think you're going to feel the releasing of the head prior to impact. And then what we want to try to have you do with make the same swing with this, and just actually feel how much easier it is to set the club, take the club back, check out your transition, let the club drop into the slot, and you'll notice that you're holding on. This is what's called the angle of retention. It's the shaft relative to the forearm, and you're going to see that you're going to probably hold on to that a little longer, and when you come to impact, you're going to be more square.
Okay.
And you'll probably...
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing, and you probably... Actually, you think you'll actually hit it farther.
Oh, okay. Farther's good. Okay,
right.
let me give a couple of swings here with the... so this is the Cleveland. I should try to hit the mat. So like we talked about, this feels, for me, it feels sort of loose up at the top. So I'm anxious to see how the heavy putter or the heavy wedge compares.
Does it feel like the head is getting ahead of your hands at impact? Doesn't it? You feel like the head's sliding through?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Let me take a couple swings. Let me just compare it and we'll see. So this is the 56 heavy wedge. I mean, the first thing is that it just feels smoother. I've lost, just in that one swing, let me just do one more and I'll make the comment. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's all up here.
You don't feel like you're losing it up top.
Like losing it up top, right. And I think a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take kind of I know Dave criticizes me all the time, I'll take like a 3/4 swing to try to retain some control.
Well, 3/4 swing is a real good thing on a wedge shot. Wedges are all about control.
Yeah.
So it's not about how far you can hit a wedge, it's how close you can get it to the hole.
That's a good point. Good point. Now the thing that I do notice is, and we were talking before we started shooting, that I hear the whoosh out here with this club. What does that mean? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, no, that's exactly what you're looking for. If you hear the swoosh before, that means you've actually let go. The club is released prior to impact.
Right. So that's a good thing. So let's hit a couple shots here with the ball. All right. Let's try this. I've never had a ball with a heavy wedge. So here we go. It's the first one ever, right?
Let's see how it is.
So everybody stand back. Now, just in that one shot, it sounded a lot more. It sounded a lot more solid, didn't it?
Right. You went down and through
it. Wow. Now I don't know enough to know that there's a huge difference, but those two shots felt very, very good. That's a good thing. Try one more with the Cleveland.
Yeah, we see now that when you hit fat, and you can hear the thud before the ball.
Come on, back on camera.
Which actually, that was a great one, and whether that was captured or not. But that's what this wedge does. It promotes more consistency. I think what the listeners will find is if they try this wedge, they're going to find that they hit it more solidly, more frequently.
Yeah.
With this wedge, the tendency is to actually hit it fat.
Yeah. Well, I think I took 4 or 5 swings, or I think I hit 3 of them fat. And I don't think I hit one fat one with this.
Exactly.
Very promising.
Very promising.
Very promising development here for golfers all around.
And I think the other thing that is exciting about this wedge is that when you do have that shorter shot, that more delicate shot around the green, with a conventional wedge, the problem is people let the head get ahead of you. And
right.
You've heard lessons from Tiger and everybody that you watch on the Golf Channel, and you got to keep your left hands moving ahead and to the target.
Yeah.
So that left hand has to lead the head at impact. And what you'll find with this is it's very easy to keep your hands in that position.
Yeah.
And you'll be more successful about those chip shots around the green.
It's amazing. And again, just referring back to the other episode we shot real quick, I mean, there's a little bit of extra weight in the head, but really there's a lot of extra weight in the shaft.
Yeah, the head is minimal. It's 5 grams to 8 grams heavier in the head. There's 65 grams. Actually, I happen to have the weight. This is what the weight looks like,
okay.
And that's 65 grams, and that's put into the shaft. That's epoxied into the shaft, and then the grip goes on. So that's 65 grams and a few grams. So 70 grams, its total weight is 70 grams heavier than a conventional wedge.
Right.
But in your hands, it feels lighter.
Yeah, well, it feels a lot smoother.
Because it's affecting your mechanics.
Now, let me ask you something in terms of this great weight debate. Are the other manufacturers oblivious to this? Are they catching up? What's the deal there?
Well, I think the other manufacturers are certainly aware of backweighting. It's been out there for 100 years. I mean, everyone's been backweighting. Nicklaus won the Masters with backweighted golf clubs. So it's nothing new, but it's certainly something that the other manufacturers haven't really embraced, and they haven't put into a commercial golf club.
Yeah. Is it too confusing for consumers? I mean, I'm a little confused. I'm getting there now. I mean, the bottom line is I feel like I hit better shots, so I'm now excited to go try it on course.
Right.
But
I think the average consumer probably doesn't have the wherewithal or know somebody that understands backweighting well enough to get the right weight in the club.
Right.
But with the amount of testing that we do and the number of consumers that we work with in the order of thousands, basically you can come up with a weight that's going to work for like 85% of the golfers.
Right.
So I want to take away the idea that is 65 grams enough or is it too much?
Right.
We want to dial in on a weight, put it in a golf club, and just have it be as simple as A or B.
Right. It makes sense. So go see your local club fitter. He'll know about this, right, or she?
Well, he's going to know about.
That's a good question, actually.
he's going to know about Balance Certified.
Okay.
And Balance Certified sells a product that costs $50.
Okay.
So when you buy a heavy wedge that's incorporated into the golf club, it comes with no additional cost.
Good. Go talk to your local club fitter. They may or may not know. You can always visit Bochieri Golf, heavyputter.com, heavywedge.com.
Or heavywedge.com. Right.
And thanks for watching Golf is Hard TV. We'll see you next time.